Welcome back to Sunday League Football. Today is Essex Cup Day, a break from the league, even though we're sort of 2 or 3 games behind everyone anyway. And in this competition, more or less, we get to play teams that we've never played before. And that is the case for today, as we face up to this mob. They go by the name of Littlethorpe Lions. They're based in Southend and apparently won their league last year, so this should be a good test for us. If you didn't catch our game against Daniel Cutting's Freestylers FC, you might not recognise this guy. This is Nicky. It's Little Lee's bigger brother. He filled in that day, and now he's got his own kit ready to go. And judging by numbers today, he should feature at some point. Should we look at the team? Well, it doesn't start well. Neither goalkeeper available, so it's Tomo in between the sticks. Nice one for filling in, mate. It doesn't get any better. Injuries and availability doing this in defensively. We've only got one recognised defender out there. That is, of course, Dan. And as you can see, Elliot and Luke are going to be partnering him today. Then things start getting a bit normal. Nosey left wing back, Little Lee right wing back. In the midfield, Kieran returns alongside Tommy and Connor. And then finally, there's goals up top. It's Asa and Lewis. As for the bench, of course, it is our newest signing, Nicky. He's a utility man, can play in goal, defence, midfield, or up front. Yeah, that's pretty much all the positions on the pitch, Smiv, and summarising what a utility man can do. As you can see, both teams are out there, ready to go. Just waiting for the ref's whistle. Troy's on the camera today as he straightens up there. Looks a bit skew with. Let's go. Moments later, Troy's off of the camera. He's now doing the line, obviously doing his stretches. And that's, that's what we like to see. First action of this game is with Luke. They're standing off us as he plays the ball forward to Nosey. Nuts! Straight through the legs of number 12. He actually asked me to put his best bits in, so that was a great moment. Here's another great moment from number 12. Great form on the throw, love it. Let's get into this properly. It's Kieran playing the ball forward to Connor, who drives on. He's being chased down by the number 11. Not many options for him, but he does attempt to put it in the box anyway. Blocked by the 11. That's out for a corner. Now, I mentioned last week, without Kieran, we just don't have the same threat from corners, and a lot of you thought that he might have left. He's still here, do not worry, as Lewis puts this in. There is Kieran jumping high. Keeper gets a hand to it, and it is eventually cleared by our opponents. We continue to press Tommy now with Nosey on the overlap. He makes his way forward and sticks this one into the box. Unfortunately, it is a little bit overhit, and no one's in there anyway.
Try crossing it next time, Nosey.
Great advice from Nick. Over that far side, we've got the number 4 twisted and turning. He eventually puts the ball forward for the number 7 to run onto. Dan's chasing him down. 7 does well to keep the ball in as he looks to go beyond Dan here.
Oh, great tackle, kind of.
You're right, it was kind of a great tackle. I just had visions of him going down in the box and being a penalty, but good tackle, Dan. Kind of. We've actually just worked out that we're playing against 10 men. This lad in the blue top's just turned up. I think he's going to make his way on in a minute. Meanwhile, back on the field, we're stringing some nice passes together. It's Dan to Kieran, up to Connor. He then plays it once more to Lewis, who takes a touch. Spots the run of Lee here. He makes his way into the box, puts it across for Asa.
Boom!
Yeah. So I guess you could say we've taken advantage of the extra man before the 11th comes on. Claims for offside here, as Asa struck that past the keeper to make it 1-0. Unfortunately, it's hard for us to see from this angle. Ref from behind hasn't got a good angle either. But surely the lino saw it. Oh wait, no, they don't have a lino. But even then, their gaffer's having a go at the ref.
Don't tell me to shut up, I'm asking you a question.
Whoa!
You wasn't asking me a question. What, is that not offside? That's not a question, huh?
Get a lino.
Pick the flag up then, son, eh? Don't be clever.
It's not clever, it's getting a flag, isn't it?
Common sense. Does it look like we've got a fucking lino?
Just winding back, looks like they've got 3 guys there. Only takes 1 to do the line. You've got 3 men there, mate.
Yeah, there's 3 of you there.
Shut the fuck up.
To me, it sounds like the gaffer's on his period, but there is only 2 men available now. As you can see, white t-shirt has just walked onto the field. No, he's not out of place. He's not taking a wrong turn. He just hasn't got a yellow top. Welcome back to Sunday League Football. And it is now 11 versus 11. Kick off. We continue with the ball in the air. Lee nods it down to Lewis as he lets it run beyond him. Sticks the ball into the box. That's become quite obvious every time we go forward now. They're shouting for the offside. And unfortunately for them, they've decided to not use a linesman. So really, it's their own fault. Conversation goes around in circles until eventually Sliders here decides to pick the flag up.
Can you run the line in sliders? This is going to be interesting.
A valid question from Pro Lino Troy. So now that that's sorted, we finally have 22 players on the field, 1 ref and 2 linesmen. It's perfect. As you can see, right away, Tomo's involved in the game as he clears this up the field. We pick things up with Whiteshirt, who takes on Kieran and Tommy here. Looks quite useful as he puts the ball forward to the number 7, but this is one of the linesman's jobs to catch the offside. Whiteshirt's definitely causing problems in the middle of the field. Nuts! Tommy's been done there, but Whiteshirt's final ball does seem to be letting him down. We'll certainly keep an eye on him though. Lewis heard about the nutmegs going down in the midfield. He wanted to get involved. Nuts! Similar to Whiteshirt, the final ball here from Connor just wasn't the one. From that, the keeper collects and rolls it out to the number 2, who's looking to play it out from the back, but there's no one on, so he decides to go forward himself. Loses out to Tommy here, who plays a simple ball forward to Lewis. As he gets onto it, he puts it into the box for Asa here, who takes a touch, turns, and he said, It's real simple stuff. As you can see, as the ball came into Asa here, there just wasn't enough pressure on him. He was allowed to take a touch. He was allowed to turn. Keeper rooted to the spot. That's Asa's second and our second. That's Palmer's 2. Littlethorpe Lions 0. And kick-off. Is Connor plucking the ball out of the air, being chased down by the number 3, but does well to go beyond him and keep the ball in on this near side. Next player to try and take it off of Connor is the number 11, but instead, he's just shoved into the ground. That's going to be a free kick. Luke's going to be the one to knock this into the box. Not a bad knock as Lee gets up there. He's half cleared by the number 21. There's a lovely touch from Lewis to pluck this one out the air. anyone's looking to get it off of him. Of course, Lewis isn't going to make that too easy as he goes beyond him, hits the byline, puts it into the box, half cleared once more, and again by the number 3, but that's only as far as Lee, who gives it to Knowlesy here. Number 3 is going to try and close Knowlesy down as he gives it back to Lee, but on the run, trips Knowlesy, and that's going to be another free kick. And it looks like Tommy fancies this one.
Is this a goal?
Tommy G.
Tommy G goal. Right.
Troy, you make me dizzy, but let's see if Nick's right with Tommy G. Top bins.
That's close.
Oh!
Bottom bin.
Hold on.
Bottom bin.
Bottom bins. Close enough.
Brilliant goal, Tommy.
25 minutes.
You might have heard Troy mention 25 minutes there. I'll explain what that means in a minute because it's quite key to something that's going to come up. But Tommy G, with the free kick, his first competitive goal for the club. He scored in pre-season, and we all hope that he can score some more, and he's done that already. And Nick, who's serving his third and final game of a social media ban, was almost spot on. Kick it off.
Come on, lads. Can't deal with the quality, can they? Sunday League quality.
And now Period Pete's got the arm and he's taking it out on Troy.
Very, very fortunate to play us today, I promise you that.
All right, thank you.
We're missing 5 first-team players, 3 that have played a very, very high level of football. You're a fucking cameraman.
I am a cameraman.
Sunday League.
You can't even run the line, mate. I wouldn't worry about it.
We're very lucky to play us today.
I know, we are very lucky. I'm very fortunate in playing against you.
By the way, I hope that camera ain't expensive because you start pissing me off and get kicked the fuck on the floor and smashed.
You won't.
Huh?
You won't.
It fucking will. Oh, Sunday League quality and all this shit.
It's Sunday League.
Sunday League.
Where are we?
Sunday League.
Huh?
Where are we?
What quality are we?
Don't take the fucking piss.
What are we doing? Are we at Sunday League?
What are we? Sunday League, isn't it?
What I say? It's 25 minutes gone. These are real
Because
Sunday
it's
League
25
quality.
minutes gone and he stops the video at 25 minutes. Is that all right?
Fuck off. I know what you fucking said, you fucking idiot.
I think what Period Pete's done is decided to stand next to us and put 2 and 2 together to make 67. Boring explanation coming up, but this what we're filming on right now is a DSLR. It takes pictures. It does have the functionality to film, as you can see, but not as long as a video camera. Video cameras are expensive. DSLRs in comparison, not so much. Now, a lot of DSLRs can film to a decent quality, rivaling a lot of video cameras. But because of the cost and tax purposes, they can't actually have that unlimited filming limit like a video camera, so they have to have a limit. And that limit is 29 minutes. Now, whenever we film, I always say around the 25-minute mark, stop it and start it when the ball goes out of play.
I really wouldn't wind me up. I'm not in the fucking mood for
Then
it.
go over there. If you don't want to listen to us, then go over there. No one's asked you to stand here.
I'll tell you what, Period Pete's a strange one. I don't think he's all there. As Tommy goes through white shirt quite late, that's going to be a free kick. The free kick's launched into the box by the defender. I don't know where it is, though. Here it is. Over Elliott's head. Past Kieran into the 2. Tomo makes the save, and it's a complete bundle. Mention that it is Knowlesy that gets it away. Out to Lee on that far side, and we clear our lines. Players brought back, though. Tomo got a kick in the head for his troubles. And last time he was injured, he was 95% sure that his ankle was broke. What about this time, Tiny, with his head?
95% chance he's broke.
There's a 95% chance he's broke his head. We'll keep an eye on that. So it's been a half-decent period for our opponents. They're attacking, but not really getting any chances on goal. The number 7 that's being held up by Elliott here. Dan gets back to help. Doesn't manage to get the ball quite off of him as it's played into white t-shirt. Goes beyond Luke. Then Knowlesy, because it's clear he's won his team a free kick.
Sign him up.
He's our 5th best player.
I'm struggling to record this voiceover purely because Period Pete's got me in stitches.
He's your best player at the minute.
He's in our squad, he's our 5th best player, probably.
He's so certain. He's so certain about him being the 5th best player. He's definitely not the best. He's not one of the best. He's the 5th best. And it got me thinking, who is the 5th best player in our team? It's really hard. I mean, what makes you the best player? The one who scores the goals? Is it the one that keeps the clean sheets? Is it the one that creates the goals? I don't know. So with that in mind, in the comments below, let us know your 5th best player in Palmer's FC. Anyway, the 5th best player stands over this one, but in fact, it's the number 8 that's going to take it. Don't know where he ranks. Must be above him. But his shot comes off at the back of the number 7 and out for a goal kick. From the goal kick, it's Tomo that sends it up the field. On the end of it is Kieran, who nods it onto Asa here. Lovely first-time touch into the path of Connor, who gives it straight back to him first time. Tackle goes in from the number 4, but Asa's still got the ball. He's run a little bit wide here, but he does make something of it as he puts it into the box for Lewis. Number 12 clears it out to Lee, but that's 2 points in rugby. On the sideline, we're currently discussing who the 5th best in the team could be. It's a tricky one, but we do come forward here with Lewis, who plays it into Knowlesy. He looks to get across to Asa, but that is cleared by the number 4, but straight into the stomach of Lewis there, who gets it onto his right. He's going to fire it. I'm not sure if this was a cross or a shot, but it's ended up with Asa, who's put it into the back of the net, but it's not going to count because the man with the flag has done his job, and Asa's denied his hat-trick. As you can see with the time on the clock, we're fast approaching half-time as this throw comes in from Dan into Lee. He gives it back to Dan, who puts this ball into the box. On the end of it is Asa. Keeper spills it, recovers by putting it out for the corner, and it's given as well. And the strange things from this team continue to happen. The keeper decides to just hit the ball straight into the back of Asa. Asa, as you can see, is not happy with him, and this is what makes me laugh about professional football. A little jab there, it wasn't much. You can imagine players on millions rolling around on the floor at this point, trying to get him sent off. But down at this level, we just want to play football. Refs awarded the corner, and that's what we're going to get on with. Corner's taken short by Connor into Tommy, and the ref's not even going to let us get this ball into the box. That's half-time. So as the players come in for half-time, Period Pete's telling us that we need to bear something in mind.
See me and our lino, both played in the main conference.
Yeah, but you're not there though. That's the thing, that's what I'm saying. You're not now, you're Sunday League now. That's what
Well,
we're saying.
A
Sunday
lot of
League
appearances in
football.
the main conference. We're missing both of us. Just think about that.
I won the World Cup on FIFA.
Okay, so interestingly enough, all the players that aren't playing for this team today all played in the main conference, which was a few years ago. That's now in the National League. And Tony, well, he won the World Cup on FIFA. Anyway, quick shout out to some of you guys that have grabbed the new kit, which, as you know, is sponsored by Kit Locker. All their links are in the description below. Go and follow those guys. And of course, if you want to grab a kit, it's at palmersfc.co.uk. Chris did it. He grabbed one for his son, Dan, who's rocking the short sleeve with the number 14 on the back. Enjoy it, my friend. Here's Colin from Northern, a great accent if I do say so myself. As you can see, he's rocking the short sleeve number, and Palmers FC is definitely his second favourite team after Grange Rangers FC. Don't forget to follow us on the socials. All the links are in the description below. We do tend to do giveaways every so often, so if you want a chance of grabbing a free kit, let's say, get following and keep your eyes peeled. So it looks like we're ready for the second half, but it looks like we need Lino now.
You're going to film? Nick's going to film. Yeah, I didn't like.
So that's sorted, and Nick's going to have a go at the camera.
Who's my featured player?
What's that?
Mr. Henry.
Player cam.
Player cam.
Okay, so it's about what stats? How many times
It's a bit out of focus. But I mean, you look better blurry anyway.
Blur is good.
Blurry's good.
Blur is good.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget the kick-off.
Kick off.
Kick off.
Ooh.
So as you can see, we are off. Lewis is shot from the halfway line, although Nick hasn't worked out how to zoom out just yet.
I'm bored of that. You can do it, mate.
So that was short-lived. Time for me to take over. And unfortunately, this half's been pretty tame. Not much to talk about until number 4 picks it up. Shoots from distance, but that's not affecting Tomo. Well, not quite. We move on. It's a goal kick for our opponents as it's sent up the field. Forgot to tell you, actually, we made a substitution. There's Nicky on the field. He replaced Kieran. In fact, he's just gone home to fetch his asthma pump. He'll be back soon. Meanwhile, Lee drives forward.
Don't shoot, Lee. Don't shoot, Lee. He's shot.
And Lee's shot goes wide. We move on with Knowlesy now, struggling to find a pass. Turns away from the number 11. He's still trying to find a pass, surrounded by yellow shirts and the odd white one as he plays it forward to Nicky. Takes a touch, turns, bangs it. Oh, lovely. And that right there, my friends, is a debut goal, as I like to say, a debut goal. His first competitive start, and he's done all right there, isn't he? As you can see, as he receives the ball, he doesn't even look up. He knows where the goal is, strikes it from the edge. Keeper couldn't quite get there. And that, my friends, is 4-0 to Palmers FC. Kick off. Meanwhile, down the other end, Tomo's struggling to see. The sun's out. We haven't got no hat for him. Here's Nick's suggestion.
Do you want some sunglasses?
With no hat, sunglasses may just have to do, as the 5th best picks it up now in the white shirt. Connor chases him down, wins the ball back. Might have caught him there. In fact, he did. The 5th best quite clearly not happy with the challenge there. Connor goes back to shake his hand as an apology. And 5th best don't want to know. You only get one chance with Connor. They're not going to be friends now. That's a shame. Despite the scoreline, 5th best doing what 5th best does best. And that is pretty clear. He's being the best player on this team. He's just going to want him a free kick in a dangerous position. The 5th best is taking matters into his own hands by taking the free kick. I don't believe it, but Tomo's just pulled off a weldy and we can clear our lines from there. Why on earth 5th best weren't taking the free kicks in the first half, I do not know, but look at this save from Tomo. Onto the bar. Genuinely thought he was going to come back off of him and into the back of the net, but Dan was quickest to react there and Tomo's clean sheet stays intact. We've even got amateur footage from Nick. He was about to hand him some sunglasses. Not needed by the looks of it, but now we've got ourselves an issue. Ace has done his groin in, which means we're down to 10 men. The rules in this competition state you can do roll on, roll off sub, but Kieran's gone home to get his asthma pump. Will he be back? We shall find out. Now our opponents come forward once more with the 5th best, who plays it forward to the number 6, who's giving Dan a handful here. And as the ball is on its way out for a corner, it looks like the Thursday gym sessions with Elliot have paid off. Dan stands his ground there. Last touch off of the 6, and that's out for a throw. Round of applause from Dan. Oh, and good news, everyone. Someone's got his shades. Oh, no need for these. Following that, the bikers are in town and Troy's excited. Dan wants some water and then the card on the camera runs out. We normally change it at half time, but obviously this time we forgot. We whacked the new card in, but it doesn't want to work, so that's okay. We've got a spare, haven't we? No. The only one I can grab is the one that we use for Sunday League Extra. That's asking for trouble with corrupt files and whatnot, but I've got no other choice. And it worked, but bad news.
What? And what?
Missed a goal.
Lewis.
So it just ran down the wing.
Took 6 people on.
6 people on.
Done it like Rabona in top corner.
And then it was a Rabona in the top corner.
Probably the best goal that's never been filmed. The best goal that's never been filmed.
That is a shame as the corner comes in. That's season 1 mistakes right there. Luke gets the header in, 5th best clears. But from bad news to good news, Kieran's returned and he's back on the pitch. Now to make him hurry up, we told him on the phone that we're down to 10 men. It's now 3-3 rather than just 3-0. Obviously since then we scored 2 more goals, making it 5-0. But we can pretend it's 3-3 still, can't we?
It's 3-3. Tell him it's 3-all. He thinks it's 3-all.
So we're back with 11 on the field as Kieran picks the ball up, and there's an urgency about him. Obviously, he's the only one out there that thinks it's 3-all as Lewis puts him in here, 1-on-1 with the keeper.
3-all.
Yes!
3-all! More free kick! Yes!
Love it. He's got us back in the lead. That's Palmers FC 4, Little Fault Lions 3. Or so he thinks. As you know, it's actually 6-0 now. Giving Kieran a fake scoreline actually seemed to work. In the first half, he was sitting back, but knowing he'd gone home, we were playing with 10 men, he thought he'd take matters into his own hands and really push forward here, even though he's got a bit of a chest infection at the moment. What a hero, Kieran. And for anyone that's very much confused right now, the score is definitely 6-0 to Palmers FC. Kick off. Here's Luke now winning the ball off of number 6 over that far side. He's done well today at centre-back, just like Elliot has, but obviously not much to show you because there hasn't been too much of an attacking threat. All you need to know is they have done the basics very well. But Luke's looking for a goal of his own. Despite playing at centre-back today, he's giving it to Kieran. Luke wants it back. He's opted to shoot instead. The rebound comes back to Lewis, who takes on the number 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get that one? I got that one. I know we didn't get that one either.
We can't be too harsh on Lewis. We definitely got one of his 2 goals today, this being that one. And he's so good at creating that extra yard for himself. Very quick, lovely shot with the right foot. Keeper beaten at the near post. And that makes it Palmers FC 7, Littlethorpe Lions 0. Time for another kick-off. Not long after, Knowlesy slips. Oh. And the 5th best is taking on the whole team as he makes his way forward. Tommy's chasing him down, plays it beyond Elliot and Dan into the gap for the number 7. He's only gone and found himself offside. 5th best doesn't just attack, he defends as well. He's been all over the field. The energy levels are through the roof with this lad. Nicky looks to be through here. 5th best wins it back. The game is fast approaching the end now as Nicky picks the ball up, puts it over the top for Lewis. He then flicks it on once more for Lee. He then gets it under control with his chest and shrugs off the challenger 21. Puts it in for Lewis, but that's blocked. He receives it back as he plays it into his brother Nicky. Lee's continued his run, goes in for a 50-50 on the 2, wins it, shoots. And that, my friends, is in off the near post. Good work from Lee and his brother setting him up as well. And the thing I like about today is the tactics have paid off. We had no goalkeeper, no defenders, but we did have an abundance of attacking players. And the idea was to quite simply just score more than the other team, and we've certainly done that today, and we've kept a clean sheet so far. Let's hope it stays that way for the last couple of minutes. Kick off. Look who it is once again trying to take on the whole team. It is, of course, the 5th best. And he's won a free kick over Connor there. Free kick's taken quickly by the 5th best. We've switched off momentarily. 21, he's in on goal. But look at that speed and strength from Elliot. He's sent our opponent for a gym membership. But the 5th best is not giving up. He's taken matters into his own hands. It's just a real shame that the 4 better players ahead of him haven't been able to feature today. Had that been the case, maybe we'd be looking at a different scoreline. But 21 flies wide there. And that is going to be the final whistle.
Into the roof?
Oh, yeah.
There you have it. We ride out 8-0 winners and we are through to the next round of the Essex Cup. Unfortunately, next week there's no game for either of our sides, the first team and the reserve team. There will be a week's break on the channel, but we'll be back with more games throughout the season. Massive thanks for all your support, and we'll see you on Wednesday and Thursday with the reserves.